Hi friends, I'm Amy from Amy Latta Creations, and we're going to get crafty today. You might know that one of my favorite new crafting tools is the Scorch Marker Pro, which makes wood burning incredibly easy. One of the things I love to do with the Scorch Marker is use it to take my hand lettering off the page. But what about when we want a different kind of image, or for folks who don't like their handwriting? What we're going to do today is look at how to take any digital image and turn it into a stencil using your Cricut machine that can then be used with the Scorch Marker, so you can create any kind of design that you like. Here's the supplies that you're going to need. First, you'll need your computer, tablet, phone, or whatever device you have your digital image on. You're also going to need a Cricut machine. I will be using the Cricut Explore Air 2, but you can also use the Joy or the Maker. All three will work. You'll need a standard grip cutting mat, and you'll want some vinyl. I recommend the removable matte vinyl, so it's easy to peel back off your surface when you're finished stenciling. When it's time for our project, we're going to need a few other supplies, starting with the Scorch Marker Pro itself. You'll need a heat tool that goes up to 1000 watts in power or 300 degrees. And of course you'll need a surface. I'm going to be stenciling a shamrock onto a flower pot today. The first step in turning our design into a stencil is to open the app Cricut Design Space. This comes with your Cricut machine and you can access it on your laptop, your tablet, your phone, and you're going to select New Project. This will bring you to a blank canvas. You want to choose Upload, the little cloud with the arrow, and you're going to upload the image that you want from your device. What I'm using today is an image of a clover, which is a download that's available on scorchmarker.com right now. So I filed this away in my Cricut folder, and I'm going to type in the name of my file, and there it is. Now, I'm going to tell my device that it's a simple image, and I'm going to click to remove the background because there was that white behind the shape. I'm going to click and you'll notice that that goes away, leaving us with just the shape of the clover. I'm going to save this as a cut image, and we're going to call it clover. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert that image onto my canvas. The next step is that I need to size this image so that it fits my project. I measured ahead of time and I need my clover to be less than 2 inches square in order to fit on that paper mache flower pot. So I'm going to grab it from the corner, and you can see right now it's about 7 inches tall, which is way too big. So I'm going to shrink it, and you'll notice that you can see the size marked on the side as you resize it so that you know when you hit the right size. So I've got about 1.59 inches by 1.7 inches, which is a good size for my pot. Now what I'm going to do is tell my Cricut to cut this design. To send this design to my Cricut, I'm going to choose Make It. It's going to sort my project onto a mat, and then I'm going to set my machine to tell it that I'm using removable vinyl. Once your machine is set to vinyl, it's time to load your mat. We're going to place a piece of removable vinyl on the cutting mat, making sure that we line it up in the upper left-hand corner. This is a standard grip mat, and you can use any color vinyl that you have because it's just the stencil. It's not going to be part of your project. I happen to have a lot of this left over from a previous project, so that's what I'm going to use. Then you're going to slide the mat into your Cricut machine and press the arrow to load. You'll follow the prompts to press go, and now your Cricut machine will do the work for you. It'll do its cutting magic and cut out that clover design. Now it's time to unload our mat and weed the design. Now that the Cricut has worked its cutting magic, we're going to cut around the sides of the design, and because we want this to be a stencil, we're actually going to peel the clover out this is not the part we need. What we want is the sticky stencil with the clover shape removed. Now the fun part. We're going to peel the stencil away from its adhesive backing, and we're going to position it onto our flower pot, and you can place it anywhere you like. We're just going to smooth it down, and this gives us the area that we want to color in with our Scorch Marker. Once our stencil is in place, it's Scorch Marker time. The Scorch Marker Pro has two tips. There's a bullet tip end, and there's also an end with a tiny sponge brush that you dip directly into the ink so you can paint with it. You could use either of these ends to fill in your stencil. If your Scorch Marker is brand new, you're going to need to press it down onto a piece of scrap paper until the ink starts flowing before using it for the first time. I'm going to use the Scorch Marker to fill in my clover design, and you'll notice that the ink just makes the surface of the paper mache appear wet. It's clear or slightly pinkish before it's heated, just enough to let you know where you've been. I'm going to trace right along the edges of the stencil, fill it in, and when I'm finished, I'm going to peel the vinyl away. Our final step is to apply heat. You're going to want to hold your heat tool about 6 inches from the surface of your project and move it around so that the heat is distributed evenly. That's all there is to it. The more heat you apply, the darker the burn will be. If you don't have a heat tool, you can always use your oven heated to 300 degrees until you see a change in color. All that's left to do is fill your pot. See, wasn't that easy? Now you know how to take any digital design and turn it into a stencil that can be combined with the Scorch Marker to make awesome, one-of-a-kind, easy wood-burned projects. To find a stencil just like this one, you can download it from scorchmarker.com, which is where you can also get lots more tips, tricks, and inspiration for using this marker. Right now, they're running a special where you can get free downloads of these stencil designs using I love stencils, all lowercase, as the coupon code. So head to scorchmarker.com, type in I love stencils as your coupon code, and you can get really fun St. Patrick's Day designs for free. Then you can create all kinds of things on wood, leather, paper mache, and all types of surfaces. Happy creating!